Hare Krishna, everyone. Good morning. Thanks for the beautiful chanting. If you have the Veda base or Bhagavatam book, it is Canto 1, Chapter 9 is what we are focusing on. The Stuti by Bhīṣma, called Bhīṣma Stuti, starting from the 32nd sloka. Machchitta Madhata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Kadayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. So this is a verse from Srimad Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says that his devotees dwell in discussing about his katha, Krishna-kathā. In the association of the devotees, they speak and discuss and share and enjoy talking about Krishna, Krishna alone. And by just doing this one simple process, Krishna says that these people, that is devotees, will definitely attain the bhakti, prema-bhakti, and then attain Krishna's lotus feet. Very simple process, very easy process. All we have to do is just lend our heart along with our ears to hear Krishna-kathā, or we take a chance and use our mouth to speak about Krishna-kathā. It's quite simple process, easy process. By doing this one, our consciousness get purified. So what we have seen so far in the Bhīṣma Stuti is around 5 slokas we have covered. There are another 6 more slokas and one more sloka as a concluding sloka by Sutta Goswami. What happens after this sloka? So almost 7 slokas are there to cover. So let's see what we have covered so far. This is sloka number 32. We'll quickly recite the sloka and then get some points out of it so we can make sangati, the connection from what we have done to what we are going to see today. Because you're going to see a wonderful thing as the slokas goes further down, the mood of Bhīṣmadeva is changing, completely changing. Remember, he is respected among everyone. Even today is respected. If you see Mahabharat, one particular character everyone really likes is Mukesh Khanna, right? That actor with personality is so different. So everyone likes Bhishmadev, and we should understand one thing that Bhishmadev should not be considered as a grandfather, not only considered as a grandfather of Pandavas and Kauravas, he is also grandfather for the entire Bharat Bhumi. All of us is our real grandfather, role model, because he has taught so much to the world, especially when you get a chance, we get a chance, we have to discuss about Bhagavat Mahabharata, where he speaks in Shanti Parva, the amount of depth of dharma he speaks where there we cannot find anyone else who has given such a profound knowledge to Yudhishthira at the time of death. So, uh, especially when someone is passing away, I don't know how many instruction we can get from that person. Even if the person knows that he's going to die and he's in a conscious state, not sure that that person is going to give advice to us. He may give advice, a simple advice of in where is the locker key or where are the documents. Take that and share among your brothers and sisters and be together. Some basic things, but what Bhishma Dev has given is very profound. So they all gathered together where at one point of time when Krishna was staying with in Hastinapur with the Pandavas, after everything was done, battle was over, Bhishmadeva was not left his body yet. At that time, Yudhishthira Maharaj was wanting to meet Krishna, so he came to Krishna's room, Krishna's palace, where Krishna was staying there. The doorkeeper said, "Please hold on. Krishna is a little busy. He is meditating, so he will I'll let you in once Krishna is done. And Yudhishthira Maharaj was perplexed. He was confused. And then, but anyway, he respected, even though he was a king, he respected the privacy of Krishna. So he just stood there. And then after some time, Krishna just came out, and Yudhishthira is from age perspective in this Leela, Yudhishthira is considered to be older than Krishna. Therefore, Krishna prayed his pranam to his brother like Yudhishthira, and it asked, "What's the matter? How can I serve you?" And Yudhishthira said, "Yeah, there is something that I want to discuss with you. But then before that, I have a question." And Krishna said, "What's your question?" And the whole world has one object to meditate upon. That is you. Everyone meditates upon you. There's no question about it. Everyone is meditating upon you in whatever form it may be, right? But everyone is meditating upon you. I'm quite interested. Whom are you meditating on? Your doorkeeper said you are meditating. And looks like you just joined Kriya Yoga or Art of Living or some course or what? What's happening? Or whom are you meditating upon? And Krishna agreed, yes, uh, for everyone, I am there to be meditate. I am there where everyone can meditate upon me. But for me, not one. There are so many that I'm meditating constantly. So many. So many? Yeah, there are so many devotees constantly. There are so many devotees out there. I'm meditating upon each and every one. And it's a quite interesting thing. We speak about multitasking, multiprocessing, and all those different technologies in the world. But actually speaking, if you know a little bit of this computer thing, it's just sharing of resources. Um, the resources or the memory and the processor, everything is divided into pieces, and each and every process is focusing on a task. When it's finished, the processor frees up to take up another task. And if it is too much for some of them who doesn't have computer thing, this is how it works. But we also do the same thing when we are doing here. If you are focusing fully here, your processor is over here and listening to Krishna-kathā. But if you're multitasking, half of your concentration is gone, taken away, believe it or not. It's taken away into some other thing that you're doing parallelly. So it's not full concentration. Is that the way that Krishna works also with his when he thinks about his devotees? He has to think about one devotee and then move on to another devotee, move on to another devotee. No, parallelly, equally, he thinks of everyone. That's why he's Krishna, and we can't do that one. If I think of my family, I can't think of my parents. If I think of my parents, I can't think of my work. So that's how it works. But Krishna can think of everyone equally with 100% focus. Therefore, Krishna said, I'm thinking about I was meditating about my devotee. And then Yudhishthira said, who are you meditating at this point of time? When I came, you're meditating. Who are you meditating at this point of time? That's when this whole thing starts. That's when Krishna says, at this point of time, I was just meditating what's going to happen to the world if this person passes away. The dharma will completely go because he is a reservoir, storehouse of dharma. Who knows dharma? If that person goes away, what's going to happen? I'm worried about it. I'm meditating of that person. Yudhishthira Maharaj, what are you thinking about? Who's that? Your grandfather, Bhīṣmadeva. When he said this one, again, Yudhishthira Maharaj started tears flowing out of from his eyes because he's already in a miserable state that he made this big mistake of just for the kingdom. He killed all this. He's living in a bloodshed. How can you be happy? In life, this happens. You want to achieve something. There's a big competition of you have to achieve something, but somehow or the other, by putting someone down, you achieve something. Either it's a job related thing or even sometimes this happens in devotional service. Some devotee wants to take up and do some service. Therefore, he put the other devotee down and take up that service. You may do this one, but there is something called inner consciousness that will prick our consciousness saying, hey, this is not right. Even though you may achieve what you want to achieve, there's something which tells you you shouldn't have done this one. Look at that person. You made that person suffer and you came up in your life. Is it nice to do that one? What type of happiness are you going to have by making others suffer so you can be happy in your life? So Yudhishthira Maharaj got into that program of depression, of thinking that what he did was wrong. Absolutely, he's out of his compassion and out of his good heart, he was thinking like that. He knows dharma. He's much, by the way, he's much better position than Arjuna, truly speaking. That is why his name is Yudhishthira, Stiram. Yuddha plus Tira is called Yudhishthira. Tira means very fixed, determined. Yudh means, of course, the battle. That what it means is that when he makes a decision, when he steps forward, moves forward, he will not go back. That is the determinant. That's why he is actually considered to be the hero of Mahabharata in one way. Not even Arjuna. He's considered a great person because he made a plan, he make a determination, he has a determination, and then he goes forward. He never goes. That's why Bhagavad Gita was not taught to Yudhishthira because he was convinced what he was doing is right. It was Arjuna who got confused. If you know that part. Therefore, Yudhishthira said, "Really, it's my grandfather. Yes, let's go now. He's going to leave his body, and then let's go and meet him now." And so, any questions you have, any doubts you have before he leaves the body, this is the time where you can gain all that knowledge that you need from Yudhishthira. It's a quite an interesting scene and setup over there in Kurukṣetra. Dharmakshetre Kurukṣetre Samaveda Yuyutsabaha Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya is that place itself Dharmakshetra. It's not an ordinary place. The place the conversation took place is Dharmakshetra. Krishnam Dharmam Sanatanam. And Krishna is Dharma. Please, interesting point here. The place is Dharmakshetra, where the conversation took place. And whose Dharma? Krishnam Dharmam Sanatanam. Means Krishna is that Dharma himself personified. Dharma, he was there. And then who was the receiver of this Dharma? Is son of Dharma, Dharmaraj, Yudhishthira Maharaj. And then who is speaking Dharma? The reservoir, the storehouse of Dharma, who's Bhīṣmadeva. What a wonderful setup this whole setup is. So they were there at that point of time. Bhīṣmadeva spoke so many dharmas. Moksha dharma, apat dharma, stri dharma, raja dharma, and varnashrama dharma. So many dharmas he spoke. And finally, it was time he decided enough how much we are going to keep talking like this. It's enough is enough, right? So sometimes what happens, how much ever you try to, you may talk to people to give good advices, and they will only take what they like to take. You may be sincerely giving good advices. They will pick and choose some advices which is favorable in themselves. Right? Bhīṣmadeva said, I've given all this thing I need to tell. I'm going to give. I've given everything. Now that I will take care of myself. I will take care of myself. That means I'm going to die now. At this point of time, what's the point of talking of Purusha Dharma, Stri Dharma, Varnashrama Dharma, and all those different dharmas? Let me purify and get out of all this thing. Let me think on that object of my worship at the time of death. I'm going to leave. Many people say, usually some people say that Bhīṣmadeva was waiting for the right moment to leave his body. And the truth is that for a devotee, it really doesn't matter whether whether you're going Uttarayana Kala, Dakshinayana Kala, or Krishna Paksha, or Shukla Paksha, or Yamakanta, Rahu Kala, or this. It doesn't really matter for devotees. Devotee doesn't get into those things. It's okay to die anytime. But the only reason Bhīṣmadeva was waiting for the moment is not for Shukla Paksham, Uttarayana Kala. It was waiting for Krishna to come. That's all. And Krishna had a service for him to do. He did. Therefore, Krishna was present at that point of time. Now he started making stuti, Bhishma stuti towards Krishna. Iti mati rupa kalpita vitrishna. You all can mute and recite yours along with me if you have the book with you or online. Iti mati rupa kalpita vitrishna bhagavati satvata pungave vibhumni swasukam upakate kvachit vihartum Prakritim upeyushi yad bhava pravaha. Tribhuvanakamanam tamalavarnam ravikaragauravaraambaram dadhane vapuralakakulavrutananabhyam vijayasakeratirahtu mena vadhya युदितुरगरजो विधूम्र विश्वकचलुलित समवारि अलङ्कृतास्ये मम निशितशरेर्विबुध्यमानत्वचि विलसत्कवचेस्तु कृष्ण आत्मा सपदि सखी वचो निशम्य मध्ये निजपरयोर्भलयोरतं निवेश्य स्थितवति परसैनिकायुरक्ष्णा हृतवति पार्थ सखे रतिर्ममास्तु व्यवहितप्रतनामुखं निरीक्ष्य स्वजनवधात् विमुक्ष्य दोषबुद्ध्या कुमतिम् अहरद् आत्मविद्याय चरणरति परमस्य तस्य मेस्तु. I think this is where we stopped, where he says to his mind, now let my thoughts, let my words, let my willingness, action be completely engaged in thought of Krishna, who has been glorified, enjoyed in three worlds, Bhur, Bhuva, Swarga. One way of saying it, this three worlds, Bhu, Bhuva, Swarga, or one can say lower planetary system, our planetary system, and then above us. Hmm? He is self-satisfied. Swasukham is self-satisfied. He enjoys by descending into this world for the transcendental pastimes. Then he goes into the details of explaining the beauty of Krishna, that Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamala Varnam. His body is dark in complexion and is wearing a pitambaram, the yellow garment, and who attracts everyone by his beautiful face, whose face and body is smeared with the sandalwood paste. Let me, that friend of Vijaya Sakhi, Ratirastume Anavadhya, let me be free of all my desires, material desire. Let me have the only desire of having Krishna, this beautiful Krishna, which is Vijaya Sakha, as my object of worship. Looking at his beauty, where the dust raised from the ground by the horses who are running, the dust raised from the stuck into this beautiful curly hair and all over his body and faces, where he's working so much to save his devotee and he was sweating so nicely. His sweat becomes like a beautiful decoration on his body. Let me, that Krishna, Tvachi Vilasat Kavachestum Krishna Atma, let my mind be completely fixed on that beautiful Krishna in this way. And then the fourth one, the fourth sloka, where he says that that Krishna who's Partha Sakhe. You see this beautiful connection here. Earlier he said Vijaya Sakhe. Now he's saying Partha Sakhe. Vijaya Sakhe, Vijaya means Arjuna. Partha is also Arjuna Sakhe. So different names of in Bhagavad Gita we can find so many different names for Arjuna himself. So he says that where here this beautiful sloka says that he took the chariot in midst of the battlefield as per the instruction given by Arjuna, and he said, now Arjuna, look Drona, look Bhīṣma, look this person, look that person. By telling look, actually Krishna is looking at those personalities and setting up their date, end date, Akshna. And Stitavati Parasainikayur Akshna. Akshna is setting up date for them. Therefore, he's telling, he said that you are the one who actually did the battle. You made Arjuna as an instrument. You set everyone, you set time for everyone, including myself. Hmm? Therefore, at that time when you showed the army, which includes myself and the teachers and uncles and cousins and brothers and relatives and this many relatives, Arjuna became bewildered. And what happened is he had a dosha buddhya kumatim. Dosha buddhya kumatim, that his intelligence was lost. His totally intelligence was lost. He had a false understanding of what reality is, and he was got confused. At that time, what you did is you gave him the true knowledge. You gave him the true knowledge mm, of delivering Bhagavad Gita. All you did is just to make him lift the bow and arrow which he dropped, that he doesn't want to fight. 700 slokas of Bhagavad Gita is simply was to make Arjuna to lift the bow and arrow. That's it. That's all Krishna tried to do in Bhagavad Gita. Finally, he lifted it. Therefore, now saying that, now we are entering into the sixth sloka, Tuti, or in the sequence of Bhagavatam, it is the 37th sloka. So nigamam apahaya mat pratigyam ritamadikartum avapluto ratastaha dhritarat charano vyaya chaladguhu haririva hantum ivam gatotariyam. This is another beautiful sloka. Acharyas have given different commentaries. Again, Bhagavatam has been commentaries given by many acharyas. Besides our acharyas, Prabhupada, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Jiva Goswami, and everyone referred to Sridhara Swami's commentaries. And besides this commentary, there are many commentaries are there. Veera Rahaviyam is another commentary, and so many commentaries are there. Yeah. So, but we'll just take few things here. Swanigamam apahaya mat pratignyam. Pratignya means promise. Pratignya means making promise. Pratignya, mat pratignyam. So nigamam, so apahaya, you nullified the promise that you made, and you factified, you made it true of my promise. And that is what has been told in this one. We'll get to the details of the story and background later. Let's understand what it said here. You established, you made my promise true by sacrificing your promise. For that reason, what you did was Drida Ratha Charano, to do that one, what Drida Ratha Charano, Abhyaya Chaladguru. Then what you did is you jumped off your chariot to prove, establish my truth. You jumped off the chariot. The way that you jumped off the chariot, even the earth trembled, terrified. You jumped out of the chariot. The earth was also trembling. You ran like a lion to kill the elephant. Haririva Hantum Ibam. When you did this one, the Uttariyam, you see this one? That we are wearing on the top, Uttariyam, it's called Uttariyam, Gatottariyam. The Uttariyam, the upper garment, which is covering Krishna, it started flying off. Right? It started flying off. It's Anyway, as we go to the details, it's beautiful. We'll see that. Now let's read the translation. Fulfilling my vow and sacrificing his own promise, he got down from the chariot, took up its wheel, and ran towards me hurriedly, just as a lion goes to kill an elephant. He even dropped his outer garment on the way. It is not like it is, even though it says that he even dropped, it's not that he removed this and put it like that and went. There are different commentaries for this, so you'll enjoy when we go to the details here. It's not so. He didn't even realize as he was just rushing. Especially when, say, if you see your child is going there in a dangerous spot, somewhere is going to fall off or hit itself, you just drop things and just run. Just run. At that time, you don't think, should I carry my cell phone or do I have my wallet? You don't check all those things. Even your wallet, your handbag, or your cell phone may fall off from you. You don't care about it. You just run to save your child. Interestingly, this is going to be a little hard for us to digest. Bhīṣma is telling you are rushing to save your child. Who's the child in this part? One may think it's Arjuna, but Bhīṣma is telling you are coming to save me. This is absolutely out of one's imagination. Right? Someone is rushing to kill someone, and this person is saying, like a mother, you come to save me. Krishna is not coming to save Bhīṣmadeva. He is just trying to save Arjuna by killing Bhīṣma. But Bhīṣma takes the whole thing differently. You're coming to save me, you're rushing to save me like a mother comes to save her child. Beautiful, unimaginable. So, little background here. Um, our friend Arjuna, um, uh, you know, I also want to tell something. As usual, I always try have a goal in my before I start any lecture. I have a goal that by today, by this time, I will finish this many slokas. Never ever happens. Okay, so please allow me to be going in the flow that it flows. We are not anywhere in rush that we have to by today we have to complete. I want to finish. The way that I'm going, I can only sense that I don't know if it's going to be possible. But this is all nice. Let's enjoy this one if you allow me to. Otherwise, I can just go theoretically going. That's just this what happened. Yeah. Okay. So here, little background is Arjuna, our friend, was thank you. Arjuna, our friend, was fighting and fighting and fighting. Is one day over, 2 day, 3, 4, 5. Bhīṣma was still the head of the Kauravas army. It's a 10th day. It's going to be 10 days. And Arjuna he told when he started. Sometimes devotee said, "Prabhu, don't worry, Prabhu. I will do it, Prabhu. I know how to do this one." And finally, he will not do even little bit. Prabhu, sorry, Prabhu, I told I can do it. After getting the service only, I realized that there's so much work is there. I didn't know. So much will fall on me. I'm sorry, Prabhu, I couldn't do this one. Right? So, like that, Arjuna said, I will finish everyone just no matter of time. Almost a week over, and Arjuna was still fighting, and Bhishma is still fighting. Right? So, Krishna lost patience. Really, Krishna lost patience at that point of time. Likewise, Duryodhana also lost patience. Now, Duryodhana he was not happy. He started making, sometimes you taunt people, not directly. You indirectly convey some message to people because you're that person in a higher position or something. You don't tell that person directly. Right? Indirectly, you tell, yeah, yeah, it'd be nice if you all come on time here. That means what? I'm telling you a message, you better come on time to the temple program or this program or that program. Someone is not coming, then you tell this message indirectly to that person rather than hurting that person directly. Likewise, Duryodhana started speaking indirectly about Bhīṣmadeva. Indirectly. Bhishma is a wise person. He understands everything, all those different languages, tongue twisting languages, he understands all those things. He is not an ordinary person. So then he started, use Bhishma. He said, my dear grandfather, you're supposed to be finishing everyone. You're great. But what's happening? Looks like you still have that attachment towards Pandavas, Arjuna. You're only physically present on my side, but mentally attached to Pandavas. It's quite obvious. Otherwise, they would all be done by now, long back. Because you're not an ordinary personality, you're a great person. The Bhishma got very offended by saying that. Hearing these words of Duryodhana, sharp words of Duryodhana, he became very offended. He said, tomorrow the 10th day, by the way. The war took place for 18 days. The tomorrow is the day, it's the 10th day. He said, tomorrow I will finish all the five Pandavas. He made a pratignya. He made a promise to Duryodhana. Tomorrow I will finish all the five Pandavas. Bhishma promised. That's why his name is. His original name was Devavrata. It changed. He's been awarded with this great name called Bhishma because he made a great commitment or a vow, promise. Therefore, it's Bhayankara, Bhishma. He kept a name. When Bhishma makes promises or resolution on a new year, on a birthday, it's not like ours. We make from today, Prabhuji. So Mangalarti, I will never fail to attend. Get up in the morning and do it. Very nice. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and fourth day we'll get a message. Prabhu, sorry, Prabhu. Last night it was so this much I couldn't get up in the morning. That's things like that. So Bhishma is not like that. So Bhishma made a promise. Uh, Bhishma made a promise. And there are multiple stories. Until that's what is going to connect to our slokas today. So do not think and just going away from this topic. So this message went to Draupadi somehow or the other. Draupadi heard it. They have the mess, even though they are not in the Kurukṣetra, they have messengers. The ladies of the house those days also know, oh, they have this find my husband. they have an app called Find My Family, right? We have this, children have this app, they all in the app, though they monitor where the child is going. If the child is, out to college, they know where the kids are there. They have this app. Draupadi had this special app. So somehow or the other, she found out that this conversation messenger, and they found out that, and she was praying to Krishna. Krishna just came on spot. He said, Draupadi, what's going on? And Draupadi was crying and crying and crying. Then Krishna said, stop crying and tell me what happened. Bhīṣma made a promise. Bhīṣma made a promise. Bhīṣma keeps making promise. So what? It's okay. But then, no, Bhīṣma made a promise to kill my husbands tomorrow. As soon as Draupadi said this one, Krishna started crying. Krishna also started crying. Draupadi stopped crying now. She stopped crying. She was looking at Krishna. Krishna, why are you crying? And then Krishna said, Bhīṣma made promise. Bhīṣma made promise means he will make it happen. And Draupadi said, Krishna, that is not the reason I called you to come and cry with me. I did not call you to come and join me to cry. You have to do something, Krishna. Stop crying and help me here. Save my husbands. And then Krishna said, I don't know how to say, but let's do one thing. Get ready. I'm going to take you to a place. There's one great, listen this. This is all Mahabharata, not in Bhagavatam. He said there's one great Muni, one great Rishi. And if he blesses you, your husbands will be saved. You'll have that Mangalyam. This Mangalyam, you'll sustain. You'll not lose your Mangalyam. And then Draupadi immediately got ready and covered herself. Oh, wait, close your head, everything. Don't show your face, close everything and come. See, she also covered her head, and then they went. He went to a place and he took her in the night time. And then it was like a different place. It was not ashram or something. It looked like as if it was a battlefield. Draupadi could understand, oh, this looks like a battlefield. Everyone, the elephant is dead there, the horse is lying out there, some humans are lying there dead, and someone, cut their hands in half, they are crying over there. And somehow or the other, they went to a tent, a camp, the camp. And then from inside, all Draupadi was hearing, a sound was coming. Looks like someone is doing something inside with something. It's like, someone is sharpening the weapons. Sharpening the weapons. So Krishna said, I'm going to stay outside. You go inside and pray to that person for your Mangalya, for your longevity of you and your husband. Just just don't even ask anything. Just fall at that Rishi's, Muni's feet and he will bless you. You don't even have to do this, anything. Just ask for his blessings. And then Krishna stood there outside. And then Draupadi went inside and he said, I fell at the place, my dear sir, please bless me. And obviously the voice obviously is a woman voice. And that person was sharpening these arrows, 5 special arrows. He was sharpening the arrow. He said, may you long live, Sumangali Bhava, with your husband. And again she fell down. Again he said the same thing. Again she fell. Again he repeated the same thing. 4th time, 5th time. And then he said, why are you doing this? He turned around. He saw it's Draupadi. And that's when Draupadi looked up and saw that was Bhīṣma. Draupadi didn't know it was Bhīṣma. Bhīṣma didn't know it was Draupadi. They looked at each other and Bhīṣma became really angry. He said, I know who brought you here. I know who the culprit who brought you here. Chamatkar. I know who that is. Where is that guy? Where is that guy? And then Bhīṣmadeva, Draupadi said, thank you so much for giving me this blessing. Now Bhīṣma made a second promise. This is what called Dharma Sankat. Dharma Sankat is one where you have 2 dharmas, you don't know which one to follow. It's not like one is adharma, one is dharma. I'm having Prabhuji, I'm having Dharma Sankat, whether to go to temple, program or watch TV. I'm in Dharma Sankat, Prabhu. That is not Dharma Sankat. Whether you go to temple or you're going to, for example, whether you're going to attend the temple program or you're going to take care of book distribution. That is Dharma Sankat. That is Dharma Sankat. No, Bhīṣmadeva said, where is that guy? Show me that guy here. So Draupadi and Bhīṣma comes outside in the tent. There is someone, it was raining, little raining. This is all beautifully sung by, some of these things we need to understand. Bhagavatam does not give, Mahabharata does not give, Ramayana does not give. The beauty of enriching these stories only can be heard from the saints and acharyas. They add so much rasa to it, you can't even imagine. You just enjoy. Surdas, a great saint, in his poem, he says that there's one guy who, he narrates the story. There's one guy who's standing outside, covering whole thing, his head and face and everything. And beauty is that he's holding something in his hand like this, like this. Surdas say this. What is that? When Draupadi entered the camp to get blessings of Bhīṣmadeva, she left her footwear outside. And that time it was raining. What Krishna did was, if it rains, Draupadi's footwear will get wet and she cannot wear it. So he took the footwear of Draupadi and covered on his chest like this and kept it like this to protect Draupadi's shoes or slippers. What? Krishna, you are Paramatma, you are Bhagavan. Everyone is praying for your lotus feet and you are carrying the shoes of your devotee. It's unimaginable what Krishna's love for his devotees are, provided we are like Draupadi. And it's not that we want to have Krishna to carry our shoes, but look at how Krishna mood was. So Krishna was holding like this and standing, and then Bhishma said, "Hey, I know, remove, come." And then Krishna removed it. He said, "Pranam, Pitama, Pranam, Pranam." He said, and listen, don't think that you tricked me, you won by me giving the blessings. When two promises are made, the first promise takes the precedence. That's also a rule is there. Rule. That's why in Ramayana, when Rama agreed to go to a forest for 14 years, according to his father, when he went to his mother, Kausalya, she said, I order you that you're not going to go. You have to be here. You have to be here. And father said, you have to go for 14 years. Now mother is saying, you should not go. Rama said, I will obey your order after 14 years. Because the first one takes the precedence. First one. Same thing, when Bharata comes to Chitrakoot, Bharata comes to Chitrakoot, and then he said, Rama, you should come to Ayodhya and become a king. And Rama said, yes, I will, after 14 years. 14 years. The second promise takes the second thing, position. The first promise. So he know of dharma. Therefore, Bhīṣma said that I will follow the first dharma. First thing that first promise I made, I'll finish them. I'll finish them. And then that happened over there. That happened. Now you are trying to break my promise. There's another most detail, where the arrows that Bhishma kept was been taken away, and that is also Krishna's another plan. Whatever he was sharpening, remember that? Remember, that was also gone. With these 5 arrows, I will kill this 5 Pandavas. Krishna made an arrangement that also gone. So Bhishma said, you made me to fail from my promise. I'll make sure I'll break your promise also. Make sure that you will also break your promise. You said that you will not lift weapon. I'll make sure you will lift weapon. Bhishma says to Krishna, I'll make sure you also break your promise tomorrow. That's what he says. Now, what is the background of this one? At that one point of time, where before the Kurukṣetra war began, everyone were gathering their party. At that point of time, Duryodhana and Arjuna, they also came to Krishna. They came to Krishna, and Krishna was lying on the bed. And as you know, Duryodhana went and sat on the head side of Krishna because he doesn't want to be on someone's feet. It's low. So he went and sat on Krishna's head side. Arjuna came, he sat at the lotus feet of Krishna. And Krishna got up and said, well, because I saw you first, I have to give you. Duryodhana was not happy. And then Krishna said, well, the younger one has to be give preference. If you have 2 kids, the younger kids gives preference because they're younger. So I need to have him take the option of either take me on his side or take my Vaishnava Sena. Vaishnava, one crore of army, big army of Krishna, either one. And his choice. So I have to give the preference to him, let him choose whatever he wants, whatever remaining will come to you, Duryodhana. Duryodhana was not happy at all by this one. But Duryodhana was at that time was praying to all 3.3 crores of devata. Oh my God, I'll do this puja, I'll do that puja. Please, 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 let me get the Vaishnava Sena. Let me get the Vaishnava Sena. As always, Arjuna took Krishna and gave the Vaishnava Sena to Duryodhana. Duryodhana, oh, he acted as if that he was missing Krishna, but he was so very happy. And then he very happily went to Shakuni. Shakuni is another brilliant guy. He said, "You fool." He said to Duryodhana, "You fool. You think that you brought everything of Krishna's. You failed something. You don't know how Krishna is very smart guy. He's very chalu. He's very, very smart. Now you have to go back and ask for one bone from Krishna." And Duryodhana said, What? Go and ask him that he will not lift any weapon." What a fool number one Shakuni is. For Krishna to kill anyone, he doesn't need a weapon, first of all. That's his limited understanding. So Krishna, he said, you go now and then kill, you ask Krishna that he is not going to lift any weapon. Duryodhana, obedient, and he went and asked Krishna, Krishna, I have one request for you. Can you please give me make a promise? He said, what? During the battle, for 18, whatever the time of the battle is going to take, you should not lift a weapon. No problem. That's fine, no problem. And then he became very happy and he left. That is the promise. That is the promise Krishna said that I am not going to make a lift a weapon. But we should understand Krishna doesn't have to physically do anything to make things happen. It doesn't need to do this one. The entire creation of this whole Prakriti, from Prakriti to Mahan, Mahan to Ahankara, Ahankara to Satvika Ahankara, Rajasa Ahankara, Tamas Ahankara. From these Ahankaras come Pancha Tanmatra, Pancha Bhuta, Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya. And then it creates the first living entity to take the responsibility of secondary creation called Brahma. Everything happens not physically, by sankalpa. By sankalpa. Just by his just he desire, it happens. If you desire, today Saturday, let my wife make nice breakfast today. You can only dream, keep on dreaming like that. Because usually men ends up cooking in the kitchen. I'm sorry. Now let's get back to serious matter here. Like that, sankalpa, but just by his sankalpa, Krishna can do anything. That was not understood by Duryodhana. That was not understood by Shakuni. They were thinking like that. But one may think Krishna is just focusing on Pandavas so much. He's giving all his time to Pandavas, right? But that's not the case. Even though he continues to protect Pandavas, he constantly think of every one of us. Every one of us. Every one of us. So, therefore, therefore, Bhīṣma said, I'll make sure you break your promise because you try to make my promise, break my promise. But this is the important thing. If Krishna breaks his promise, just imagine Krishna says something and he doesn't do it. That is a problem because Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita or is going to speak Bhagavad Gita. Just right. The Vedas are from Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is from Krishna. And Krishna promises something and then he doesn't do. What about the promises that he makes in Bhagavad Gita? There's a high chances that Krishna may not fulfill those promises. Right? So that's a serious matter here. Serious matter. But anyway, the next day comes. Next day, the battle starts. On the 10th day, Mahabharatam, 10th day, Bhīṣma fought in such a way that even no one has ever seen such a fight in their life. Bhīṣma was in full 100 or 200% involved himself. So much he fought. And people were just running out of here and hither and thither everywhere. Arjuna could not withstand in front of Bhīṣma. He said, Bhīṣma, he started having conversation with Krishna, Bhīṣma in this age, if he's fighting looks like he's fighting that he was when he was a young kid. He was fighting like as if he's turned as a yuva. My God, I cannot stand. Krishna, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Krishna, do me a favor. What? Tell me, Arjuna, what do you want? Let's go back. Turn the chariot. Let's go back. Who's telling? Arjuna is telling. Please imagine this one. A warrior who enters into the battlefield should either fight and win or die there. That's Kshatriya nature. And especially in those days, if when the king returns back to the palace without winning or ran out of the battlefield and comes home, the wife, the Raja Patni, will not open the door. Will not open the door. That's how the wives were those days, the Kshatriya wives. Well, you can't, what, you ran out from the battlefield? Get out of here. You either die there or win. Only two options there. You can die there or you win. That's how the Kshatriyas are those days. So Arjuna is telling, let's go back, Krishna, let's go back. And then, I shouldn't do this one, but I'll do it anyway. Krishna said, what Kshatriya you are. What? Krishna did not do that one. I'm just making a little dramatic here. What type of Kshatriya you are? How can you want to run away from this one? Forget it. I will go and kill Bhīṣma. This is where this particular the continuation of this local, which is what Bhīṣma was waiting for. This moment is what Bhīṣma was waiting for. So you just sit over here, have some sabjis and popcorn and keep eating something here, and let me go finish. Let me go finish Bhīṣmadeva. At that time, this is beautifully what happened was Krishna jumped off the chariot. He jumped off the chariot. Where is the sloka? Let me go here. The sloka says, Drida Rata Charano, Ritam Adikartum Avaplito Ratattaha. Ratattaha. At that Avaplutaha means he jumped off or got off from the chariot, just jumped off the chariot, and what he did was he picked up a chakra, a wheel over there. I picked up the wheel over there. Harir iva hantum ivam gatatho gatota riyaha. At that time, he just jumped off from the chariot and then rushed towards Bhīṣma. Like how the analogy is given, like how a lion rushes towards an elephant to break open the head of the lion. In Kamba Ramayana, this is a commentary, this explanation has been given on the Kamba Ramayana, where Prahlad was challenged by his father Hiranyakashipu, saying that you boy, if your Lord is not present in this particular pillar, as you say is present in this pillar, I'm going to knock off this pillar. If he is not present in this pillar, I like an elephant, I like a lion, you like an elephant, I will jump on you, break open your head. A father is talking such a dialogue to his son. Can you imagine? What a dialogue. Father is telling, I'll jump on you, pound on your head, break your head open. Like a lion jumps on the elephant and kills the elephant. Like that I will do. And Narasimhadev inside was listening. Lord is already, it's not that Lord only appeared later when he knocked off. Lord is present everywhere. So he was present there. And Prahlad could see the Lord was present there. So Lord, as soon as the Lord heard this one, he said, what? You are going to kill my devotee like how a lion kills an elephant? Now I will become a lion. And you as an elephant, I will kill you. That is how Lord says. Now, likewise, here, Krishna jumped off the chariot. Arireva hantum ivam gatotariyam. Now, Bhīṣma, took the wheel and rushed towards Bhīṣma. And this is called, the Lord took a Narasimha, he got reminded of Narasimha avatar and he became a Simham. What Simham? Who remember? Yadava Simham. Yadava Simham. He became a Yadava Simham. Narasimham, Yadava Simham, Raghava Simham, Rangendra Simham. Rangendra Simham. In Sri Rangam, it happened, one pastime took place. Rangendra Simham. Raghava Simham in Ramayana, it took place. Narasimham, it took in place of Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad. Yadava Simham is this where he became a lion, he jumped off the chariot. Just to save his devotee and prove the word, Narasimha came out of the pillar. Satyam vidhatum nijabritya bhashitam. Right? In Bhagavatam, Satyam vidhatum nijabritya bhashitam vyaptim cha bhuteshu akileshu chatmanah. That means where the Lord appeared to prove the words of his devotee Prahlad, that he is present in this pillar and is present everywhere. In the same mood, to protect his devotee Arjuna, the Lord jumped off the chariot. He doesn't care who the person is. He rushed towards Bhīṣma to finish Bhīṣma. Finish Bhīṣma. Now we'll take few minutes to Gatottariyam. That particular word has been commented by Acharyas beautifully. He says that some things are very funny, very nice. Something is quite interesting. One of the commentaries says that when the Lord jumped off the chariot, the Mother Earth trembled. It became fearful that, my dear God, Krishna is going to break his promise, is breaking his promise that he said he will not lift the weapon. Now he's lifting the weapon. That means he broke his promise. Bhuma Devi is thinking like this. That means he also made a promise to all of us that he will Bhumi Bhara, he will reduce the Bhumi Bhara by killing the demons. Maybe he will also give up that, because he is giving up the promise of he will not lift the weapon. Please focus here. Likewise, maybe he will also break the promise that what he made to devatas, that he will save the Mother Earth by killing the demons to reduce the weight. Maybe he will also give up that, or to make Bhudevi pacified, to make her feel comfortable. Krishna, when he was jumping off, you see the painting, beautiful painting of where Krishna is taking the chariot and going. You can see the Uttariyam and the Chadar, the Uttariyam of Krishna will be floating on the air like this. Yes, you remember that beautiful painting? That is nothing but if someone is in a panic situation, in an uncomfortable situation, you fan them like that, make them cool. So what Krishna is trying to Bhudevi is cool down, cool down, cool down. By his Uttariyam is waving on this air, is making Bhuma Devi feel comfortable. No. He will make it keep up his promise. He will make it keep up his promise. That's one commentary. Just imagine, can't even imagine this type of commentaries coming up. Right? The another thing is funny, where Krishna, it is said that, especially you traveled in public transportation in India, either in I know in Chennai this happens. Chennai, in Bombay this may happen. This definitely happens. Places where there is a train is going to move, and a lot of people are waiting there. And near the window, people will throw their kerchief in the seat and newspaper into the seat. It's been signed, this belongs to this person. No one can touch that kerchief, no one can move the newspaper, no one can do anything. If you do something, it's a big offense. It's a big offense, right? People will do this one. So that you can have the seat over there. Likewise, Krishna was thinking that now that I'm going to go to kill Bhīṣma, in between the stage of me not present in the chariot, what in case Arjuna appoints someone as a chariot driver? What in case someone else comes and takes a position of my position being a charioteer? Therefore, it is said that he removed the chadar and kept it on the seat and went to protect his position. What position? Not a CEO of the company, as a driver for Arjuna. Come on. Who wants to do this job? But he wants to preserve this particular service. He thinks this is the greatest position that he had for his devotee to drive a chariot for him. So that's another commentary has been given, that so that Arjuna does not appoint anyone else. And another thing is said that where he left the Uttariyam, Gatottariyam, he left this Uttariyam to give comfort to Arjuna. My Uttariyam can save you. I don't need to be present there in case while I'm gone out, if someone else is Duryodhana or someone else is coming to attack you, anyone, don't worry, my Uttariyam is there. That will protect you. If you confidence to him. While I'm away, it will take care of you. And also Uttariyam is a sign of conveying the message to Arjuna, like giving him a flag, a success flag. Here is your success flag. You are going to win. The flag were waving when Krishna was going Gatottariyam. It's to indicate that Krishna, that Arjuna, that you will win this one. Here is the flag. And another thing is to control the horses. It is said that Krishna left the Uttariyam over there. The horses goes out of control. When the horses come to know that Krishna's the charioteer is gone away, they will start running in all different directions. To control the horses, the Uttariyam is left over there. Left over there. So these are different commentaries being given there. So Bhīṣma, then let me go back to that. So yeah, Harir iva hantum ibam gatotariyam. Now saying that Bhīṣmadeva is saying that my dear Lord, you dropped even your garment to save your devotee. That's one meaning. Or to save me from this material world, you dropped the garment rushing towards me. That's sloka number 6 or 37. Okay, very good. Hita Vishiksha Hata, and let's move on to the 38th sloka, that is 7 in our numbering. Shita Vishika Hataha Vishirna Damshaha Kshataja Paripluta Atatayino me Prasabham Abhikshasara Mat Vadhartum Sabhavatu me Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha. The word Mukunda has been used here. Sita Vishika, the sharp arrows. What? The sharp arrows has smeared the body of Krishna. The arrows were attacking Krishna, and then everywhere on his wing, and also all the Pandavas. But I am Atatayino. Atatayino is aggressor, a person who has done some very offensive thing. Atatayino. We'll see what that means later. Atatayino, and I'm an offender. I am an aggressor who there is no any excuse to kill me. There is no need to consider whether I should be killed or not to be killed. I am qualified to be killed by you. Qualified to be killed by you. So let's read the translation. May he, Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead who awards salvation, be my ultimate destination. On the battlefield, he charged me as if angry because of the wound dealt by my sharp arrows. His shield was shattered and his body was smeared with blood due to the wounds. There are two things. There's one commentary which says that Krishna was wearing the armor, but we don't see in the paintings like that. But one commentary says Krishna was wearing the armor to protect, and all the arrows was breaking these armors, the purpose why Bhīṣma was trying to break the armor is not to hurt Krishna, but then when the armors are removed, Bhīṣma will get the full blessings of Krishna. Why? Guess what? Who's hidden behind the armor? Huh? Yes, Sri Mahalakshmi. Sri Mahalakshmi is seated in the chest, in the heart of Krishna, who's been covered by this armor. Therefore, Bhīṣma feels that he's not getting full blessings of Krishna. We cannot get Krishna's blessing and compassion unless and until we go through the concert of the Lord. Sri Mahalakshmi, Sita Devi, Radharani, right? We have to go through the. Bhīṣma understood that secret of this one. Why it's getting delayed? So he said, oh, because I have not got the kataksham of Sri Mahalakshmi. And where in the battlefield, where is going to find Sri Mahalakshmi? Well, he knows where Srinivasaha. She resides in that person's chest whose name is Srinivasaha. So he just broke the armor so that the kataksham of Sri Mahalakshmi can be on Bhīṣma. When this happens, Krishna will give all his blessing to Bhīṣmadeva. Unless and until that happens, Bhīṣma is going to be treated as an opponent party. That's all. In Ramayana also same thing. The only reason Ravana was killed is because Sita was not present there. If Sita was present there, Rama wouldn't have killed Ravana. Anyway, so here Bhishma is thinking that what type of, this is one commentary. Another way of thinking is, what type of devotee am I? Bhishma is saying, what type of devotee? People are offering flowers, people are offering water, people are offering fruits, people are offering tulasi leaves, people are offering whatever they can. What am I offering is arrows. Uh, Krishna, this is the only thing in this time, in this battlefield, I only can offer you arrows. Please accept that as good as flowers, right? As good as flowers. This is one way of thinking. Another way of thinking is, well, another way of seeing this whole thing is Bhishma thinking, what type of devotee am I? That what type of bhakti I have? That I'm shooting arrow on Krishna and his body is full of blood. And Jiva Goswami does not like this comment, this way of thinking. He says that this is all pastimes of Krishna, there is no blood comes and things like that. That's a different mood altogether. Therefore, I am Atatayino. Atatayino means aggressor. If you go to the pages of Bhagavad Gita, first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 36th sloka, Papam evashidat asman hatvaitam atatayinah. Advaitan Asasayinah, where it's said in the 36 sloka, there are six types, Prabhupada gives an explanation, there are six types of aggressor. One who gives poisons to people, family members. Family doesn't mean for anyone for that matter, not only family, anyone, but the situation over here was a family member in Mahabharata. One who gives poison giver, one who sets fire to someone's house, one who attacks with deadly weapon, one who plunders riches, one who occupies others' land, one who kidnaps others' wife. Kauravas have done pretty much all the six things. And directly or indirectly, our great respected grandfather, Bhīṣmadeva, is involved. You can't say that I didn't make the decision, Prabhu. Well, you are on their side, right? Sometimes we try to escape from situation by telling, Prabhu, it's not me. That Mataji did. That Prabhuji did. You'll be nice until question comes, who did this one? At that time, you'll escape yourself saying that Prabhu, not me. That is, but you're also part of the program. You're helped that person. Therefore, you're also to be punished. Papam eva shradat asman advaitan atatayinah. This is 1.36. Six types of people, six types of offenses if one commits. At that point, you don't need to make an investigation of whether we should punish this person or not. Not that all six has to be done. Even one of these things are done, that person should not be spared. They should be finished, killed, poisoned, anything. They should be killed. Therefore, I am an atatayina. I am an atatayina. I am an atatayi. Atatayi means I am an aggressor. I am a papi. I've done this thing to Pandavas. I've done all this thing. Therefore, you have all rights to kill me. There's no need to think about twice. You have all rights to kill me. Hmm? When Krishna jumped out of the chariot, some people in the armor in the battlefield only saw that Krishna jumped out of the chariot. They didn't see Krishna running towards Bhishma. Hmm? Some people only saw Krishna was still sitting there. They did not see that Krishna was jumping on running. For some people, it appeared Krishna was still sitting there. This is Veera Raghaviyam commentary, another commentary. So there are different people in the battlefield had different vision of this whole scene. This whole scene. Not everyone got the same darshanam of how it was. Therefore, Arjuna saw what Krishna was trying to do here. He also jumped off the chariot. Arjuna jumped off the chariot, running behind Keshava. Oh Krishna, oh Madhava, stop, 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 stop. And he went and tried to catch hold of Krishna's feet. And Krishna, don't do this one, don't do this one, don't run. Just don't break your promise. By doing this one, you're breaking your promise. Number two, by doing this one, you're breaking my promise also that I have to kill Bhīṣma. If you kill, that is also gone. So Krishna, don't do this one. So finally, what happened was Bhīṣma Pratignya fulfilled. Bhīṣma said, I will make sure you will lift the weapon. Arjuna Pratignya, that he will be the cause of death of Bhīṣma, that got fulfilled. And Duryodhana, commitment to Duryodhana was also fulfilled by giving the army to Duryodhana. And only thing that he gave up is the promise that he made to Duryodhana that he will not lift the weapon that was gone. That means what? He satisfied others' promises. Please understand, he satisfied everyone else's promises. But the promise that he made, he gave up. He sacrificed his promise. He sacrificed his promise. To that Mukunda, to that Lord, may he, the Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who awards salvation, Mukunda, be my ultimate destination. On the battlefield, he charged me as if angry because of the wound dealt by my sharp arrows. His shield was scattered and his body was smeared with blood due to the wounds. Due to the wounds. Mukunda. Mu means moksha. Ku means bhumi. Dha means dadati. Dadati means to give. One who gives the moksha bhumi is called Mukunda. Mukudha. Dha dadati. Ku bhumi. Bhumi means the place or the planet. Mu means mukti. Mukti dadati iti mukundaha. Mukunda. So therefore, Mukunda, only you can give me moksha, no one else. Please shoot that arrow, not arrow, chakra on me and finish me and let me finish my life in this one. Now, quite interesting. In any of the Krishna's pastime that we have learned so far, heard so far, we never seen Krishna carrying his chakra, Sudarshana chakra, and running to someone to chop their head. You can take Shishupal, you can take any of those demons that you can talk about. Krishna stands wherever he is, and then he releases the chakra. The chakra goes there, finishes the person, comes back and settles down. It's quite interesting. Why did not Krishna, Acharya is asking this question, why did not Krishna just simply sit as if he is in the place, in the chariot? He's sitting there. He said, shh, over. What is all this drama? What is all this drama? He has to jump off like a lion. The Mother Earth has to be trembling without fear. The Gatotram should take place. And then he rushes to. What is all this? What is all this? Here, when there's an example has been given, analogy is given, when say a king along with his entourage, they're going on a cruise to a trip to whatever the place it may be. They went to a cruise. On the way they are going in the cruise in the ship, their young child who was watching the ocean and seeing here and there, by mistake falls off into the ocean. Falls off into the ocean. At the time, the king was also, he's turned, he hears a sound, some sound he hears. And then king sees the child who was watching near the fence, is missing there. The king could understand, immediately he rushes there and he sees the child is falling off into the ocean. He fell off into the ocean. Now, what will the king do? That's the question. Acharya is asking, what will the king do? He's a king, by the way. Hundreds and thousands of soldiers are in that cruise. Not only he, everyone present there. Expert swimmer, expert people are there. So all you have to do is, hundreds of people will jump into the ocean and try to save the child, come back. Option one. What's the other option?
He himself jumping.
He
So
himself.
try to say.
Both are good, but the action, the choice that he makes defines who he is. Okay, the relationship that he had with the child defines what route he takes. If he had done this one, he has established that he is the king. If he jumps into it, he proved to the world at that point his position is not important. The relationship that he had with the child is important, that he is a father. is a father. Hmm? Likewise, we are all in this material world, into this in Antakupam. Antakupam is a dark well. Bhagavatam says Antakupam. This is a dark well. We are all fallen into this dark well of material existence, like Prabhupada's words, fallen into the dark well of material existence. The Lord jumps himself into this material world. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, Balarama, Rama, and many, 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 many. These are only 10. There are many, 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 many avatar it takes to jump into this dark well to somehow or the other uplift us from here. Uplift from here. Krishna-kathā. He jumped off from the chariot. He could have just sat there and released the chakra. He jumped off from here. From the viewpoint of a devotee, he thinks that he has jumped off from the chariot to save me. This is the way the Bhīṣma sees things. He jumped off, he came down from his position to save me. For the devotees, death is nothing. For the devotees, death means it's an invitation to be with Krishna. Death comes closer means it's an invitation to be with Krishna in person directly to serving him. For non-devotees, it's Yama. It's not Krishna. They don't see death as Krishna, they see death as Yama, who's going to come and finish my life, and all my enjoyment will be finished, everything will go off, it'll come to a still. I have to suffer for my punishment. I have whatever. I have to suffer for my sins by taking up the punishment. All this fear will come into an existence. But Bhishma was prepared himself to see this one. And that is why Krishna jumped off the chariot, rushed towards to save his son called Bhishma. That is sloka number 38. 39. Let's move on to 39. We have 15 more minutes. Mhm. Okay. Um, should we pause here?
So I don't think we'll be able to complete 39.
That's why I'm just a little doubtful. Um, Maybe we should pause here and open up for any discussions. I can try to finish 39 another 15 minutes. Um,
I don't want to rush it.
I don't want to rush it. Any discussions or any sharings?
So when this talk about the wounds are there, every acharya has their own rasa, and uh, they meditate on that particular pastime in their own rasa. So that when the wound is there, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, because he's in that Madhurya ras, he says that that wound was like a girlfriend kissing your lover, that kind of wound. So he was meditating on that wound. It is beautifully explained in, I think, in 32nd or 33rd verse. uh, Vishwanath Chakravarti. So I was just thinking like how each and every pastime, many people, many times it happens that pastimes are there, they just listen to it. But to relish, how to relish that each and every pastime, each and every word, each and every detail, that is something like days and months one can just dive deep into that and relish it. Like I really don't have words for all these things, but it's so beautiful.
Definitely, definitely. Without commentaries, if you try to read, it will be very dry. And also, please understand, we are all reading the English version of the actual commentary also.
Yeah.
That doesn't also give the real bhava. The problem is we don't know the language. We don't know Sanskrit. Um, Even if you know Sanskrit, level of the language matters. How much level of language, depth of the language matters to understand each and everything. So we are all mostly going through the abbreviated version of a commentary 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 into English. And if this particular watered down, I should not offense to this one, but I'm just trying to make this point. watered down version gives us so much joy. Imagine those actual words of the Acharyas. Oh, I can't even imagine. It's fortunate that we have great devotees in our movement, starting from Prabhupada, who translated these things for our enjoyment, for us to understand the greatness of Krishna. Otherwise, even if we don't have this word to word meanings and translation and purports and all those things, or the devotees have taken time to translate Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Jiva Goswami's work into the language where common people can understand, I don't know what we are going to do. It's just so difficult. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Therefore, I really feel that, sincerely, I feel that those who get an opportunity, what you feel you couldn't do in your life spiritually, what you could have done if you had known this one earlier, please try to, if possible, try to do that with your children. Okay? People have these great things of I couldn't go to America. Let my son at least go to America. Come on, that is all okay. But then, Prabhu, I wanted to be a nice kirtaner. I want to be I want to lead Sanskrit, learn Sanskrit, and understand all these things. But I'm old enough now. I'm so old now. Nothing goes inside to sit and Vyakaranam and then Nirukti, all those different things. I cannot. I'm getting closer to Bhīṣma stage now. So Prabhu said, I can't do that. Well, what about your children? Can they learn Sanskrit? Can they learn Bhagavad Gita slokas? Can they learn how to play harmonium, kartala? How can they sing? Because these are the things you couldn't do it. Why don't you make your children to do it inspiringly in a nicer way? That's I think every parent should try to do if still the children are in that age where they are listening to you. If they're out of that stage, don't worry about it. You do your bhajan and Krishna will take care of them. Not to feel bad about, oh, Prabhu, you should have told this one 20 years back. Don't worry about it. Krishna has a plan for everyone. From our side, as a parent, I'm just trying to tell if you have a control of your children still now, then it's the best time to make use of that time. Right? These are the things going to help them. These are the very important things that's going to help them. You will not know the value yourself, but you will appreciate, and the children will appreciate it. I didn't like this, what my mother did, my father did, but I value that now. I didn't want to do that. I was focusing on other things, but I value that now. They will appreciate, definitely. One day or the other, that day will come. Thank you. Any other thing to share?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
I'm sorry,
So
Ma. I said this is how I take a liberty of making this sessions. It's not a Sunday lecture. It is not for me to a committed series of presentation I'm giving. This is the moment I think we have to relax and enjoy this Saturday morning. That's why I'm taking my own time in the way I'm doing this one. If it's a committed thing, then I won't do in this speed. It will go in a proper way. I've done this in other things also. I'm very committed to the time, but this one I'm just going to take it light. That's all. Devansh, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
So Prabhuji, I know so this is not done yet. So in 37 sloka, Krishna fulfilled all other desires like the so Bhīṣma's desire and even so Duryodhana's desire and all. How to understand? He breaks his own. The vow of not lifting the weapons, right? So will it come in the later slokas, Prabhu?
No, it's a simple thing. For saving his devotee, he can give up his own things. But that does not mean he's going to give up everything. That's one of the things that we discussed, right? That does not mean you apply the same Krishna like Bhudevi feared. Maybe he will give up the promise that he made to us also. No, that's not what. Here the situation is a critical situation where he has to save his devotees. For that reason, all he has to get, all he has to go for, which happened 5,500 plus years back, even today, we are talking about Krishna broke his promise. Krishna broke his promise. It's not in one sense, it is not good to say someone that he broke his promise, right? But Krishna is ready to take that bad name to say his devotee and to save others' promises. But as a devotee, we understand that he broke his promise for one reason, to make others' promise fulfilled, to save his devotee. For that reason, he is ready to do this one. Right?
That's why in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says to Arjuna, Arjuna, you declare that my devotee never perishes, because he knows that
Beautiful point.
he is going to break his own promise.
Beautiful point. Beautiful point. Exactly. Exactly. That's a commentary says.
Yeah.
Because no one will trust Krishna. Krishna will tell to one gopi, hey, 6 o'clock near the tamal tree, I'll meet over there. And Krishna will keep coming to meet that girl. Immediately, his mind will go to another gopi. He'll route change it. He'll take a U-turn, go to left and right, and stand to another girl in the pond over there, Sarovar, in some Sarovar. While he is sitting there, he will not be thinking about that gopi. He'll be thinking about another gopi. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna. Krishna himself has Krishna himself has a chanchala manase, and he is giving advice to Arjuna. You should not. You should chant manase. Krishna, you are yourself having a problem here. But this is a bhava. Don't think that Krishna is flickering mind. This is how Krishna is. So Krishna tells that girl who's waiting there at, Jayadev Goswami's Ashtapati, which is Gita Govinda, is all about anger of Radharani. And that is amazing, beautiful Ashtapati. And Radharani got upset because Krishna did not wait until she comes and he started dancing with gopis. Radharani was mad, mana. So he became very thinking, how can you do this to me? And beautiful, beautiful songs after songs after song. Jayadev Goswami sings on these things. So what I was trying to say is, yes, so Krishna does not keep up his promise in many, many places. He breaks promise, he lies and he steals and does all those things. Therefore, if I tell that what I said is right, Arjuna, I'm just repeating what you said, and, Arjuna, people are not going to trust me. So you go and tell, yes, what you said. You go and tell what I said. They will listen to you. Any other? Is there anything in the chat? There's something popping up in the chat. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Hare Krishna. No, nothing. Thank you, Rachna Mataji. Any other sharings?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, one comment on your saying, the explanation in the local language is better than English. Like you mentioned, killing a elephant head, jumping as a lion. In Telugu, there is one Kodite Kumbasthalanne Kottali, like Enugu, I mean, lion, elephant head is they call as Kumbasthalam. Like when you say that word itself, you feel that in that language. But in English, you cannot even, change anything. Like head is head and lion is lion, all those things. But,
I mean, yeah, exactly. But the thing is that again, I want to tell that not to put any language down. I especially like languages. It doesn't matter which language. I love languages. I wanted to be a linguistic, but my intelligence doesn't help. My karma, it doesn't help me. So English is great in its ways, but as you said, the bhava of that particular author comes when we read in that particular language to realize and get into that mood of that author. Definitely, that is a role.
Prabhu, I have one question. Yeah. I heard the battle is, I mean, behind the mind of Dushyasana. I mean, he's against Kauravas.
Mhm.
Is that correct, Prabhu? I mean, I heard he has a lot of brothers, and then they were captured by Kauravas, and then they used to, throw like 100 rice grains so that it is, I mean, one rice grain for one brother or something like that. But they all decided to die, giving the whole grain to Dushasana. That's how he was alive. And then, I don't know, he became like dice, and then that's how the Pandavas, lose.
నాకు తెలియదు ప్రభుజీ.
I heard like when I was a kid, but I'm not sure.
I don't know this version of what it is. I don't.
Prabhu, I think, I mean, I heard the same story for Shakuni. So
Oh, yeah,
Shakuni,
Shakuni.
Shakuni is the
I'm
goat
replacing. Sorry, yeah, not Dushasana.
Oh yeah, that's if you're saying Shakuni, yes, Shakuni, yes. He had his agenda of why he wanted to do this. One of the reasons is that he is not happy that his sister got married to a blind king, and he wants to take a revenge of those things. That it's been said that that's the reason he was trying to do all this. That's true. That I heard. Yeah. Dushasana is, I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, bro. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. We're right on time. 7. It's going to be 7. Thank you all very much for joining and in trying to relish the beautiful prayers, Stuti of Bhīṣma. And why we are learning this is so that we can meditate on the mood of Bhīṣmadeva. So let's carry, that's the main thing, carry the mood of Bhīṣmadeva, who was a great devotee of Krishna. Thank you all very much. You all have a wonderful rest of the day and weekend. We'll meet again tomorrow, 5 a.m. Central Time, to hear from the devotees on a devotee sharing. Hare Krishna, chant and happy.